Hello, JRR here, and I'm going to try to do this quickly and hopefully under 10 minutes. I'm going to speed through everything I've covered in roleplay in a nutshell, quick as possible with short examples. So, fasten your seatbelts, get yourself a nice beverage, and let's start the game, shall we? Game. Issue 1. People cannot leave well enough alone. Example of this. Are we there yet? No. 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 Issue 2 is people cannot read and or listen. A good example of this is if you have, say, a warning on something like this, it says, do not turn over. It said, do not turn over. People who follow this go, and they spell it everywhere. They don't read. They see the letters, they skim it over, and it's like, meh. Issue 2 also has people do not listen, which is pretty much think of a little kid who's wired. You tell him to do something, it's not going to happen. Sorry. Issue 3 is a double issue. Issue 3 is like item 1, item 2. Item 1 is characters dealing with the player, actor, MUN, whatever. The characters are interacting with that. They're not interacting with the other character, they're interacting with the person behind the character. Pretty much, hey, Goku, that was awesome, dog! High five! And Goku's like, yeah, you're right, that is pretty awesome. So Goku goes to high five, and the person high fives Goku's character instead. Why would you go out of character to do that? It makes no fucking sense. But people do that on a more extreme scale. A good example of this one would be if two people are bickering, Goku and Frieza. Surprise. And Frieza calls Goku a monkey. Surprise again. Goku steps and says, yo, look, Mark, you call me monkey again, I'm gonna kick your ass. Goku's telling Mark this, not Frieza, he's telling Mark. He is directing it towards Mark. He is deliberately pointing it out to Mark. Hey, Mark, you did that shit again, I'm gonna beat your ass. Mark's like, the fuck, dude? That's issue 3. Another part of issue 3 is the reverse. The metagame knowledge, where your character is interacting, the player is using the knowledge and data they have to their character to affect the other character. A good example of this one would be, I sealed off the room. And I sealed it off. It's only accessed by a number combination. And the player goes, okay, so what's the number combination? 966281. And all of a sudden, saying that out of character, giving that character information over, so in case the guy did randomly put it together. Nope, it just suddenly clicks in his head. The number combination is... How did your character know that? Oh, he just knew. No, it's because you took your out of character information and you applied it to the character. Now this happens a lot of different ways, but that's the shortest and quickest example I can think of. Without having to go back to one of my other videos where I beat the crap out of this issue by itself. But those are the first 3 issues. Done. Character translation is how you would read a character. Example, Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. Bugs Bunny. Any canon character you could think of, ask a friend of yours how they see that character. And you'll see there's a difference between how you see it and how they see it. That's pretty much character translation, is how other people interpret the character. This goes with original characters as well. Surprise, surprise. If you have 50 messages on your board and 50 pictures, all of it beating the hell out of somebody, then your character translation holds. You are a very violent person and you're probably going to beat the hell out of somebody. This goes over to how you develop your characters in the off-season, per se. This is done by premise, development, evolution. The premise is where they start at. This is what they're known as. An example of this, Mega Man. He's known as the robot that's dealing with Robot Masters from Dr. Wily. Jaina Proudmoore from WoW is a good example. She's known like a peacekeeper. So Jaina Proudmoore and Alliance Peacekeeper. Development. the Horde bomb her home, the place she's ruling, Theramore. They bomb it. They bomb it. They bomb it. That's development. She survived the bombing, which leads to evolution. How does she actually see the Horde now? What is she going to do about not having this place blown up again? What is she going to do to protect her people from this kind of attack? What does she do about this? After you find out what she does about this, that is her new premise on it. Is she exactly a peacekeeper? Who knows? She might still want to be a peacekeeper, but she has resentment towards certain characters. Or she might just be like, fuck it, I'm going to kill you all. Fuck this. I'm done playing. Die. But once you go through evolution, that new evolved state becomes the new premise. And you go through it again. Constantly doing that, you'll constantly get stuff done. Your character will constantly evolve into a different and stronger character. Or at least a more experienced one. Then the next part we got is up to stats. Power. Power / strength, endurance, which / stamina, charisma, dexterity, agility. I've already gone over that with my stats video. I'm going to be remaking the stats video, so if you can't find it, meh. If you can't find anything defining stats but you're waiting for me to do it, then I'll get to it soon. Don't worry. Got y'all covered. Moving off of that, the Nikes. The canon characters. I've already gone over character translation, but there are times where people are going to sit there and ask, are you the real so-and-so? Are you the real Bruce Wayne? Motherfucker, please. Look, no one's the real Bruce Wayne. No one's the real fucking Catwoman. No one's the real Iron Man. All I'm saying is that people who bring this up are fucking idiots at times. The best way to go about it is, if you are constantly hounded by this, make somewhere on the information where it says abridged, just to cover your ass. So if they say something, you be like, it says abridged, learn to read. And you're covered. A good example of an abridged group, Team 4-Star for Dragon Ball Z. The general premise is there, the general feel of the character is there, but they accent certain aspects about them. So, I think I've covered everything. I've covered everything here because the video I made recently about ground I've already missed covers everything I've just about missed. The only things left would be technique, spells, and such of that nature, but again, I have a whole video on that specific thing. Hell, most of these items I have a whole video on. But techniques are more of the physical stuff, the spells are more casting, and there's more than one way to cast a fucking spell. Some could do it with sign language, some could do it with runes on the ground, some could do it with an actual circuit, some could do it via a book. There's a different way for a lot. I mean, hell, Harry Potter uses a fucking wand versus a Willow from Buffy who sat there and read through books with components. And then when she became evil, she's like, fuck components, I don't need them. I know these by like this. Which is a shift of how she was casting spells. Surprise. There's more than one way to skin a cat. I don't know how many ways you fucking need, you sick motherfucker. But anyway, you get the point. There's more than one way to get something done. Now that I'm done with that, I'd like to thank you all for joining my quick little speed run at this, or speed run attempt, and I will see y'all probably in the next one. So this is J. Laura saying off. Have yourself a good day, and hell, I got other videos to explain these a lot clearer if you didn't get anything. Later.